Hello everyone, welcome back to another lesson. While watching these videos, please keep something to write with and your classwork books nearby. This will make it easier for you to take notes, write down interesting thoughts, and therefore have a better lesson. And perhaps, most importantly, although classes have been indefinitely suspended, learning never stops. Let's rock. We have already talked about nocturnal animals, diurnal animals, and we even talked about some of the amazing adaptations nocturnal animals have. But what about nocturnal humans? Humans are diurnal. However, if humans were nocturnal, how might they be different? Think about the special features that nocturnal animals have. Nocturnal humans might use echolocation to work out where things are. Do you remember what echolocation is? You emit a sound and the sound hits off of other things, and when it comes back to you, you can tell how far away that object is from you. So it's basically like another kind of eyesight, but using a combination of your mouth to emit the sound and your ears to detect it. What other adaptations might nocturnal humans have? Well, perhaps they would have bigger eyes. Why? To be able to see in the dark. Bigger eyes let more light in, and therefore you can see better. Or we might have night vision and be able to see in the dark, just not in color, only black and white. What about the sense of hearing? Well, perhaps nocturnal humans would have big, cupped ears and be able to move their ears. Why would their ears move? Well, if you remember, if you could move your ears, you would better be able to tell where different sounds were coming from, because you can move your ear to detect the sound even better. And here's a fun fact. If you were in a very, very dark room and you couldn't see anything, you actually would not be able to easily tell where sounds were coming from. Because even though in the daytime, when you hear a sound, perhaps, you also see something and therefore you determine where it is. But if the sound was very quiet or not too loud and you were in a totally dark room, you would be able to hear the sound, but you would not be so certain about which direction it came from. Anyway, finally, nocturnal humans might have an excellent sense of smell. That way, even if they could not see something, they might be able to smell and then figure out where it was. And that way, they would be able to find food, avoid predators, and so on. Okay, we have talked about many things in the last few videos. The final thing I would like to do is review some of the things we have talked about, and I think the best way to do this is through a quiz. However, to try to make things more interesting, let's have a visual quiz, at least for some of the questions. Question number 1. What does survive mean? Look at what you see here and try to choose the option that you think best shows the meaning of the word survive. Feel free to pause the video and continue after you have found the answer. Okay, time's up. Survive. If you remember, survive means to stay alive. Therefore, this is the best choice. Next, predator. Again, please look at what you see and try to choose the option that you think best represents the word predator. Remember, you can pause the video if you like and then continue when you're ready. Time's up. Well, looking at these options, I think the best one for predator is this one. Why? Because a predator is an animal that eats other animals. Okay, one last visual question. Adaptation. Which one do you think best represents the word or the meaning of adaptation? Pause the video and continue when you're ready. Okay, time's up. Adaptation, I think, is best represented by this option. Why? Well, if you remember, the meaning of adaptation is a special feature that helps an animal to survive in its habitat. And habitat means where an animal lives. And finally, let's just review a lot of the words that we have learned together. Diurnal. Diurnal means active during the day and asleep at night. Nocturnal. Nocturnal means active at night, asleep during the day. Prey. An animal that is eaten by other animals. Predator. An animal that eats other animals. Survive. Stay alive. Adaptation. A special feature that helps an animal to survive in its habitat. Avoid. To try not to go near someone or something. Blind. Unable to see. Special. Different from and usually better than what is normal. Finally, sense. Sense is a natural ability or quality that some people or animals have. And that is the end of our nocturnal and diurnal animal series. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it was useful and I hope you learned something. Remember, we don't have face-to-face classes these days, but learning never stops. Take care and see you next time. Goodbye.